Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, where you can see great games played badly. I'm John, and this is Timberborn. Before we dive into the wet beaver action, please do give us a like and a subscribe if you like the episode and you want to see more. Now, I have had several people in the comments very, very kindly pointing out where I'm going wrong. The consensus is definitely that I am restricting the water flow far too much down here. Possibly even as far up as where we've got our crops here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the advice and basically get rid of the dam structures we have, and we will replace them where we can with floodgates. And platforms and things like that, and hopefully that will alleviate some of the flooding that we're having. At the moment, the flooding seems to have mostly sorted itself out. We're getting a little bit of flooding still down here, but it's not really causing too many problems, and the same up here. But it is going to take me some time to replace all of these dams with, you know, something that works a bit better. But I will do that, and then I will come back and show you what we have. We've just hit the first drought, and I can show you what we've done. I have taken out the dams in between the wheels here and at the end here, and replaced them with floodgates. I have replaced the dams and levees behind these floodgates with tall platforms, and these floodgates are now double height. I haven't yet replaced anything along here because I'm not really sure what to do here. I may just replace them with platforms and let this stretch of water with our cattail crops just face the brunt of the drought with the rest of it, really. Up here, this end, ignore the explosives, this end I have replaced the dams and levees again with platforms, and we have triple height floodgates here. So that, in theory, should allow us to control the water a little better. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether that's going to work or not, but we're going to replace this as well with floodgates. Probably the other side of this here. So I've set up explosives to get rid of that, so we can stick in. Actually, double floodgates aren't going to make any difference at all there, are they? Because that's still one height. Okay. So putting a levee in across there, get rid of these explosives. There we go. And we can just put single height floodgates right the way across. And then when they're built, we'll replace these dams with platforms. Yes, I think that will work. But we have a long old drought to get through. With all the work that's been going on, there hasn't been a lot of water flow through past the wheels here. So we haven't been producing explosives at quite the rate we would like. So we have only a few laid in. I have managed to clear a little bit here, so they've got the steps down so they can actually access these Spadadock fields. We have a tapper's shack set up to take the pine resin, but they're full because we're just not using it for anything at the moment. We have finally finished building the carousel, and so when the beavers get a few minutes of spare time, they'll come up and ride this. It's not getting a lot of attention at the moment because they don't get a lot of spare time. It's a lot busier in the evenings. We'll spin on until they finish work. Again, we're not getting a lot of food in this district at the moment. Really, we're relying on the sort of potatoes and the carrots, because the grist mill is, again, controlled by the water wheels here, and we're not getting a lot of flow through here because of all the work we've been doing. So, yeah. So that's that's part of the problem with this district. We also don't have a lot of storage space, I don't think. I'm not sure what we're full of. Let's have a look. Wheat, scrap metal, yeah. Metal blocks, resin, yeah. Paper. Not a lot of storage space for food. So, what I am going to do is I am going to get them to build some more storage. But we're going to have a large warehouse. I'm going to put it right in there. So that will give them a lot more storage space for food, which hopefully will help. Everywhere else, I think, is doing okay. Yeah, plenty of food in this district. Reasonable amount of water. Not a lot of logs, because we have been doing some building work. And are still doing some building work. So I am going to extend our planting here. Now let's have a look. We do have chestnut coming in, and we do have pine, but this birch is really what we're pushing forward with. Now, do we have the storage space? Is that the issue? No, we have plenty of storage space. Okay, so it is just a case of getting it in. Maybe another lumberjack would be useful there. I'll prioritise that and just get that done quickly. Okay. Yeah, so that's where we are. I will come back again at the end of the drought just to show you how well we survived or not. And then I will continue with the renovation work. So I've got something to show you with regard to that. I think I am just going to replace these dams here with platforms just to speed up that water flow through here. And hopefully that will prevent any flooding. What I've done up here is an idea that I had before the replacement project started. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but I thought I would have a little channel blown through here and a reservoir, basically, so that if the water did start to rise above this level, it would leach into there and store some water, and then we could stick in a water pump to drain it off and keep that water level low. That was my idea, anyway. I might still do it. If the flooding does continue, I might still do it, but at the moment that's on hold. Not that we've got the explosives for it, but anyway, I will now sort of jump forward and play through the drought and come back at the end. Right, as you can see, the drought has ended and the waters are starting to return. We have our triple floodgate here. I've set it to 2.5 height, which should bring it up to about where it was before and shouldn't flood anywhere, in theory. This one down here, I will open completely, because they're only single height, and that's the height the river was, so that shouldn't cause any problems. And I've replaced the dams behind with platforms, so that shouldn't impede the flow. Over here, I've replaced these dams with platforms, and these dams with platforms, so that shouldn't restrict the flow either. So we have 6 floodgates down here, and I think we have 7 blocks of entry up here. Let me just measure that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we have 7 points of entry for the water, but only 6 leaving. We've only got 6 across here as well, and the water wasn't having a problem coming down here, so we'll have a look. We'll have to see what happens there. When the water gets down here, as I say, I will open those up. And then we will open these up as well. Probably drop these down. Honestly, we'll probably drop these down all the way. And these down to maybe 0.5. So that we've got essentially 6 blocks leaving through here. And another 1.5 blocks leaving from up there. That should do it, I think. Maybe. but let's speed up and have a look, see what the water does. It'll take a little while to fill that up. Oh, and the water's just disappeared there. So, you know what? Let's open this up. Okay, the water is... So that little ridge of the floodgate is enough to stop the water just flowing out, because there isn't enough in that little section. Well, we only just made it with that drought then. That was a close one. Okay, you are flowing, but are you flooding? You don't appear to be flooding. No, there seems to be no flooding there. Currently no flooding going on there, but the waters are rising and falling. Okay. Down here, everything's flowing. So this will be filling up. So let's now open those. And see how we do with the flow through there. See if we need to open these up. Okay, the waters are rising here again, so we are still getting flooding here. But let's give that a chance to actually work. Is it going to flood again? It doesn't appear to be. Oh, the waters are rising, but they're not bursting their banks. I think we've done it. I don't want to say it too loudly in case the game hears me, but I think we've done it. Okay, so, absolutely, big shout out to everybody in the comments who very kindly pointed out what an idiot I was being. And you are absolutely right. That has completely solved it instantly. And it looks like we're getting a fair amount of steady power through these water wheels as well. Wow. Yeah. I take my metaphorical hat off to each and every one of you. But, you know, that is kind of what the channel is. It's me not knowing what I'm doing. Okay, and I was going to put some more trees in over here. So, let's plant up some pine, I think, over here. Obviously, I don't think these are going to grow because there's just not quite enough fertility. That's the word I was looking for, as is so often the case. Okay, so we are still waiting for these explosives to be laid in. So what I'll do is I will speed things up. I will play through a few more days. Let the explosives get completed here. That should now be a lot quicker since we've got a fairly consistent flow of water through here now. This isn't filling up because obviously we've got so much water coming out. So I wonder if I should... Oh, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to try bringing it up a little bit and see what that does. But I'll run forward and come back in a few days when we've got those explosives planted in. And then we'll think about what we're going to do next. We've spun on for about a week, so we're at day 7 now. Everything's going fine. No floods at all. I have opened these 3 floodgates just down by 0.5. Just enough so that if this water rises too far, it has a spillway, basically. And that seems to be doing fine. We're still producing plenty of power down here. I've planted up, or I'm in process of planting up these extra trees here, and I have designated, where are we? This little section here not to be cut down. And once these are planted up, actually I might as well do it now, hadn't I? I'll put these into cut as well. That's so we can get some chestnuts in, because we have the bakery here making bread, and we have the grill here making grilled chestnuts. We do have a fair number of potatoes in, so I'll switch that over. Where are we? There we are. Just briefly, but other than that, we're doing fine. I haven't noticed any flooding back here, so it looks like having these set to just 0.5 down from the top is absolutely fine. Yeah, that's completely sorted it. Thank you very much, everyone. Really do appreciate that, because it was driving me mad. I couldn't figure out how to stop that. Okay, I have set the explosives up here, so we will wait until morning and we'll set those off. This is spinning around quite happily. I'm thinking next we are going to put in some more of these engines up here and sort of string out some more power to put some more industrial buildings up here. Maybe sort of chuck in another grist mill up here, because we have a lot of wheat that we're not getting through particularly quickly, or a lot of wheat we've got that we're not turning into wheat flour quickly enough. So, oh no, we've got spatter dog. Come on, there we go. So I'm going to probably put in another engine up here and string off another grist mill, so we can double our production of wheat flour, and that should help us build up a better supply of bread. Although we're doing all right for bread in this district at the moment, but we can probably switch back to maple pastries for a while. Let's have a look. How much maple syrup have we got? We got quite a lot, so let's jump back to maple pastries for a while. We should be all right for those. And I've just completely skipped through the day when we were going to set off the explosives, so I will just skip forward very briefly until the start of the day. Okay, it's dawn now, and I will set off these explosives. Let's come from this direction, I think. That is obviously going to disturb the water flow, so we might get a little bit of temporary flooding, but I don't think we should. No, it looks like that's okay. Right. Now let's plant up some more spadderdock. There we go. Get these beavers working. I have put in the large warehouse over here. And I've set it up to only accept food. And I have built another large warehouse over here. And I will do the same for that. So take off everything that isn't food. Okay, there we go. So hopefully we'll just store food in those large warehouses, and that will stop us running out of storage space for our food. We'll have a sort of protected area. I have taken out this explosives area. It wasn't worth doing now that the flooding is... You have no potatoes. Okay. What do we have? We have chestnuts. Make some grilled chestnuts, please, for a while. That's fine. Yeah. So I have set up to put in the engine and the grist mill up here. So I'll spin on until that is done, and then I'll come back and we'll think about where next. The next drought has started. It's going to be another 9-day drought. So I've shut off all of our floodgates. So nothing is currently moving. We have just what is in this section here to top up when these start dropping down. I did put in another water pump in this district because we were starting to run low on storage. So I've just topped that up a little bit. Our spadderdock is growing nicely. and I'm sorry, that is one of the most fantastic words I've heard in a while. Spadadoc. And I actually looked it up because I was interested. It's a species of nufar native throughout the eastern United States and in some parts of Canada, such as Nova Scotia. And it has been locally naturalised in Britain as well, and the seeds are what is made into flour. It also has some suggested medicinal uses. So yeah, Spadadoc, it's a thing. I mean, I assumed it was, I just hadn't heard that name for it. And now I'm going to use it in conversation as often as possible. Probably as an insult. But yes, we will leave it there for this episode. We've done very well, and that is entirely down to you guys in the comments, because that would have just had me going backwards and forwards for ages. So thank you very much for your assistance there, and do give us any suggestions you've got. I'm thinking probably, as I said before, we want to move up into maybe this area here. And I think there's going to be some sort of fairly extensive landscaping going on. Possibly blowing a channel to bring water into this little area here. And obviously put a floodgate in there to control the flow. And that will spread fertility all around here. So this will all be good farmland. We can even blow a channel across into here if we need to fertilise over here. So yeah, I think that's going to be probably a good idea. The other option would be come across onto this side, blow a channel in here and use this as a water storage area, and that will give us better access to this set of underground ruins here. There's another set up there if we need them. At the moment I don't know that we do, because we still have a lot of metal, but it'd be worth setting up a mine just because we can. And it's a bit of new stuff that's in the game that I haven't looked at before. It's going to cost us 4,000 science points, so we're a little over halfway there. So that's not too much of a problem. But it uses, let's have a look, explosives, gears, and treated planks. So that would be a good use for our pine resin that we've got so much of in this district. Excellent, I think that's a plan. So that'll be in the next episode. We'll look at coming up here and setting up a new district in this area here. Clear out these metal ruins and build a mine down here and figure out some way of using the water sensibly to fertilise this area as much as possible. But thanks very much for joining us, and thanks again for the helpful comments. Do give us a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the episode and you would like to see more. But until next time, thanks for joining us, especially if you got this far. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and goodbye.